Good afternoon, grade 5 learners. For our lesson today, we're going to discuss writing paragraphs that show comparison and contrast. So, this is a lesson for the fourth quarter, module 2 of English 5. So, before anything else, welcome, grade 5 learners. I am Teacher Grace, and I will be your English teacher for today. For our lesson objectives, learners are expected to define comparing and contrasting, discuss signal words used in constructing sentences that compare and contrast ideas and topics, complete a paragraph that show comparison and contrast. Let us have our classroom reminders. Listen attentively. Raise your hand when you want to say something or give an answer. Be respectful to your teacher and classmates. Be honest in checking your activities. And make sure to submit your homework in due time. So let's begin with the first part of our lesson. What is comparing and contrasting? When we compare two things, we tell how they are alike. When we contrast two things, we tell how they are different. Now, look at the image. What shapes do you see? Can you say something about their similarities? How about their differences? Okay, let's try. When we say triangle and square are both shapes, they have the same color, we are talking about their similarities by comparing them. When we say triangle has three sides while square has four sides, the objects have different shapes, we are talking about their differences by contrasting them. Now, let us have a guided practice. I will read you a story, then answer the questions that follow. Choose the letter of the correct answer. You may do this or write your answer on your English notebook. Let us begin. Listen to the story. How are Billy and Ron alike? How are they different? Billy and Ron are brothers. Billy is 5 years old. Ron is 7 years old. One day, their mom took them to the zoo. Billy wore his red cap, and Ron wore his blue cap. They had fun watching all the animals. Ron liked the monkeys the best. He wanted to stay and watch them some more, but Billy wanted to go see the elephants. Elephants were Billy's favorite. Their mom said it was time to go see the elephants, and Ron was sad. But their mom said they could come back and see the monkeys again before they leave the zoo. Billy and Ron had a great day at the zoo. Number one, which sentence tells how Billy and Ron are different? A. Billy and Ron's mom took them to the zoo. B. Billy is 5 years old and Ron is 7 years old. And the answer is letter B. Billy is 5 years old and Ron is 7 years old. Number two, which sentence tells how Billy and Ron are alike? A. Billy wore his red cap and Ron wore his blue cap. Letter B. Billy and Ron wore caps to the zoo. And the answer is letter B. Billy and Ron wore caps to the zoo. Number three. Which sentence tells how Billy and Ron are different? A. Billy liked the elephants the best and Ron liked the monkeys the best. B. Billy and Ron had fun at the zoo. And the answer is letter A. Billy liked the elephants the best and Ron liked the monkeys the best. Well done. How about we try another one? I will read you again a story and answer the questions that follow. Choose the letter of the correct answer. You may write your answer in your English notebook. Let us begin. Listen to the story. How are Bunny and Crow alike? How are they different? Bunny and Crow live in the forest. Bunny has soft white fur and long floppy ears. She lives in a nice little house under a rock. She likes to hop through the bushes. She likes to visit her animal friends. But she always wondered what the world outside the forest was like. Crow has shiny black feathers. His house is a nice nest at the top of a tree. He likes to fly high above the forest. He likes to fly over rivers and towns outside the forest. One day, Bunny saw Crow sitting in a tree. Hello, Crow, she called. Can you tell me what the world is like outside the forest? So Crow told Bunny all about the rivers and towns outside the forest. Bunny and Crow became good friends. Number 4. Which sentence tells how Bunny and Crow are alike? A. Bunny and Crow both live in the forest. B. Bunny has white fur and Crow has black feathers. And the answer is letter A. Bunny and Crow both live in the forest. Number 5. Which sentence tells how Bunny and Crow are different? A. Bunny's home is under a rock and Crow's home is in a tree. B. Bunny has a nice house and Crow has a nice house. And the answer is letter A. Bunny's home is under a rock and Crow's home is in a tree. Number 6. Which sentence tells how Bunny and Crow are alike? A. Bunny tells Crow about her animal friends and Crow tells Bunny about the things he has seen. B. Both Bunny and Crow likes to tell stories. And the answer is letter B. Both Bunny and Crow likes to tell stories. Great job! Now we are ready to move on to the next activity. For activity number 1, let us think and write a sentence that shows the difference and similarities of these two topics. So we have here what we call a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is used for comparing and contrasting topics. So if you notice, we have here two topics, the face-to-face learning and online learning. So the face-to-face learning is enclosed in the blue circle, while the online learning is enclosed on the pink circle. So the circles shows their differences. So this is the part where you're going to write the differences in their characteristics. Now, if you will notice, on the middle part, there is an overlapping part. Okay, so in this overlapping part, you're going to write the similarities between face-to-face learning and online learning. So I'll give you a minute to do this activity in your English notebook. Now, if you will need more time to do this activity, just pause this video and proceed only to the next slide if you are done. Okay, time's up. Now, I have prepared here a sample lesson or sentences about face-to-face learning and online learning. So, look here. In the face-to-face learning, I have written here a sentence that describes the characteristic of the face-to-face learning. Learning happens at school. Now, on the online learning, okay, the main characteristics of the online learning is learning happens at home using gadgets and internet connection. So that is their differences. So face-to-face learning, it happens at school, while online learning, it happens in the convenience of your home, but you need to use gadgets and internet. Now, look in the middle part. So in the middle part, we're supposed to write there the similarities of these two topics. So even though face-to-face learning happens at school and online learning happens at home, okay, so their similarities is that learning happens whatever modality is used. Okay, so this is a good example of a Venn diagram that shows the difference and similarities of two topics. Well done. Now we're ready to move on to the next part of our lesson. How to write sentences that compare and contrast. How to write sentences that compare. When writing sentences that compare, use the following signal words. Also, similarly, in the same way, the same as, both, like, as well. And it's also important to note that we should be able to describe the characteristic of the topic or the idea, okay? Aside from using the signal words. Now, let's put this into practice. Okay. Now, I have here the two most favorite pets in the whole world. Now, what we're going to do is let's think and try to construct a simple sentence comparing these two animals. Okay, so you will have to use, it's important that you have to use the signal words for comparing. Okay, so I'll give you a minute to think and write your sentence. Okay, if you think you will need more time to write your sentence, just pause this video. Then, when you are done, you can proceed to the next slide. Okay, time's up. So, let me show you my sample sentence that compare. Okay, so right here. Okay, so have written here my sample sentences. The cat and dog are both animals. They are also cute. They are similar in some body parts. They like to play. So the signal words that I have used to compare these two animals are both, also, similar, and like. And it's also, again, let me reiterate that it's also important that we should know the description, no, of the characteristics of these animals or the topics that we are comparing. Okay. Now, how to write sentences that contrast? When writing sentences that contrast, use the following signal words. So these are the words that we will use: differ, different from, the difference, however, but, although, even though, on the other hand, while. Okay? So let's put this into practice. Okay. So let's go back again to these two most favorite pets in the whole world. So this time we're going to think and then write our simple sentence that contrasts these two animals. So I'll give you enough time, okay, to write your sentence. Okay, so if you will need more time to write your sentence, just pause this video And then if you're done, you can proceed to the next slide. Okay, time's up. Now, let me show you my sample sentences that contrasts these two animals. So right here, so I have written here, the cat is lighter while the dog is heavier. Cats are independent. However, dogs are more sociable. The voice of the cat is soft. On the other hand, a dog's voice is loud. So the signal words I use to construct my sentences are while, however, on the other hand. Okay, so again, it's important that we know the characteristics of the topics or ideas that we are contrasting. Okay, to create or to be able to create our sentence and then use our signal words. Awesome! What an awesome job you did there. Now, we're getting the hang of writing sentences that compare and contrast. How about we do on one more activity to reinforce this skill? Okay, let's have activity number two. So for our activity number two, so let's sing and then write our sentence that compare and a sentence that contrast the characteristics of an apple and a banana. So you may do this in your English notebook. Now, pause this video while you're writing your sentences, and then when you are again done, you may now proceed to the next slide. Okay, time's up. Okay, so I also have written here my own sample of sentences that compare and contrast. So for my sentences that compare, I have written here apple and banana are both fruits. They are both rich in vitamins and minerals. So the signal words I've used here for both of my for these two sentences are the word both. Now for my sentences that contrast, I have written apple and banana have different colors. Apple is rich in vitamin C, while banana is rich in potassium. So the signal words that I have used are different and wild. Okay, marvelous work. Now we are ready for our next activity. For activity number three, the paragraph below compares face to face learning and distance learning classes. Complete the paragraph by filling in the blanks with correct information. Use the information from the comparative table above the paragraph. Okay, so this is the activity. So at the top part of our activity, I have placed inside the blue box, the ideas for face-to-face learning. Okay? And then on the red box, I have placed the ideas or information for distance learning. So at the bottom part is our paragraph. Okay, so for easy checking, I have written already the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so there's no need for you to copy the paragraph. You just write your answer on the appropriate number. So your choices are inside the boxes blue and red. You may now begin. I'll give you enough time, but if you think you will need longer time to answer this activity, you'll just pause this video, and then if you're done, you may now proceed to the next slide. Okay, time's up. So let's check your work. Now, remember to be honest with your checking. Okay, so here is the answer key. For number 1, regular classroom. Number 2, online. Number 3, activities are done in schools. 4, activities are synchronous or asynchronous. 5, is not a problem. 6, it becomes a requirement. 7, teach in class during class schedule. 8, explain lessons through video conference, chat, or call. Number 9, a learner might feel isolated. And number 10, a feeling of isolation is prevented. Okay? High five! Congratulations for your hard work. Remember to put what you have learned in your heart and in your mind. For whatever lesson that you are learning, you will be able to use in your everyday conversation. Okay, for our last activity, we're going to have an assignment. So for our assignment, write a 5-sentence paragraph about day and night. Use any of the following signal words we have discussed early on in writing the sentences to show comparison and contrast. Okay? So you're going to write a paragraph, a 5-sentence paragraph that compare and contrast the, the topics day and night. Okay? So you may do this activity in your English notebook. After you have written your sentence or your paragraph, take a picture of it and upload the picture in our Google Classroom. Okay? So now we have come to the end of our lesson. Thank you so much, grade 5 learners. This is Teacher Grace, wishing you a wonderful day full of learning and exciting possibilities. I will see you again in our next English class. Good day and God bless everyone. Thank you.